In other words, you're making this shit up. Now, because that's in fact the fact, but nobody understands that, with enough conscious awareness, you can make it up to the best of your destiny. But in order to do that, you have to get to the controls. In order to get to the controls, you need to free yourself. You need to liberate yourself from the distractions of the kaleidoscopic hologram. Because every time you attach to an opinion, attitude, thought, form, you're in for another ride through the illusion. It's just a different form of the illusion, but it's still the illusion. And every time you switch forms on the illusion, it can occupy days, weeks, months, years, decades of your existence. And this is why, in human form, we go through 84,000 round numbers, lifetimes, to liberate ourselves from our entry point to our ultimate liberation into another form, which is much more grand than this form, but still has its lessons to be learned. I want to read you a quote from Yogi Bhajan, who was quoting the Vedas, the ancient yogic. And so this is in modern day English, but just imagine it as being in, ancient Sanskrit. Higher awareness he refers to as metta awareness. Hugely expanded awareness. Metta awareness allows you to view the subtle inclinations. Now, an inclination is not necessarily what's taking place. It may be, but for the most part, it's actually what's behind the what's behind the what's behind the what's behind that is taking place. Metta awareness allows you to view the subtle inclinations of everyone, everything, and every moment. Now the challenge is, what are you going to do with all that information? If you don't work with that information compassionately, you will form opinions based on that information. Those opinions will lead you to take more thought, and that more thought will lead you to take more attitude, and that more attitude will lead you to take more posturing, and that posturing will switch your view through the distortion, and now you're on to another adventure in the myriad of adventures of simply orbiting an opinion. To get truly clear, you have to deflect your own opinions like a master of martial arts. Simply put, Yogi Bhajan would say, when you sit down to meditate, if your brain is not filled with garbage, you're not meditating. Because when you are meditating, you suddenly realize how much garbage there is in that, what he called cantaloupe. which gives birth to the don't believe every thought you think statement. You actually believe that you're thinking that thought. You're not. It's just a billboard on the street of your life that's coming into your brain. Do you go down the street and believe every billboard you see? No. Therefore, you should not go down the road of life believing every thought you think, because the thoughts that you think aren't your thoughts. They're being presented to you because of the frequency of your brain. The frequency of your brain is tuning into the universal mind. And the universal mind is broadcasting the entire realm of thinking at all times. Where you tune into it is what station you're going to be listening to on the radio of your brain. This is going to make you want to be in a position like this instead of a position like this, because a position like this is going to give you those kinds of thoughts. So you want to be in a position like this more than in like this, or more like this, or this, or this, or this. You want to be in a geometrically accurate position for a great portion of your day, so that you're not getting the thoughts that are distorted by the kaleidoscope of your You understand? Because one leads to a leads to an You enter each moment at a particular point in the microscopic capacity, the